Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Global Affairs Network. We are here today to celebrate a brother, somebody very unique to our world, to the entertainment world, but also to all of us. Um, this brother Chadwick Boseman was somebody special, somebody who gave almost everything he got to our culture, and also the reason why we have to come and do this special is to actually honor him because the man inspired he inspired all of us, and so I believe this is a well-deserved honor that we should give to this brother that tragically was taken from us, and I think people like him are rare. We don't see this kind of hero um, on set and offset every day. So I just believe that today was, uh, you know, another day. I know much have been said already. Fans have shared so much videos. Some of these videos will be we're gonna be we will share this video during our program today. And also anybody that want to jump into this to join this conversation, just feel free to send us a message. We will send you a link to the studio so that you can be a part of this conversation, and so that we can understand why this man is so important and the role and that he played, the influence that he have on our culture, on our country, and people all around the world. His legacy is not to be forgotten. I think his work ethics was impeccable. The reason why we're doing this because when we discovered that Chadwick Boseman was actually a sick man, he was sick. He was healed when he actually was achieving, enormous success in the industry of film as an actor. He also is a fellow Howard University graduate. Everybody knows about this. Um, so it's an honor for me and for everybody that want to be a part of this program to come and then to enjoy talking. It's been a sad year for all of us. We've lost the Black Mamba and then the Black Panther. Not to say that other people don't have um, importance. It's just that these popular figures are to be cherished because in terms of like this, usually we want people with this capacity to actually unify all of us. So those heroes actually belong to all of us. It's not just a particular community of people. As a matter of fact, its influence was so important that everybody on this planet, at least, could, at its own level, relate to Miss Boseman, to the Black Panther, and to the legacy he have left far behind. I remember on the set, one of the person, he was somebody was interviewing him, and he was saying that when they went on a tour to promote the movie uh, in North Korea, I think the people came dressed with their traditional clothes, to come celebrate with them this movie, so everybody can relate. Whether you white, black, Asian, it was a time of pride for everybody, and especially our kids, the younger generation, our kids that grew up not necessarily having uh, the, heroes that look like them. I think that was a special time, and plus, uh, Black Panther was actually a big statement. It was a big statement because most people who were not comfortable to put black imagery, or was thinking a black cast or actor couldn't sell around the world. I think that was a special time for all of us to remember that that is something that have to change. Although folks like Eddie Murphy have done that before with Coming to America, I think that was one of the most um, enjoyed movie everywhere from the United States to Europe to Africa to Asia. People did enjoy that movie. So Black Panther was actually that everything was actually possible. Black movies with a black cast could sell as well as the white counterpart. So I think it is an important time for us to reflect on his life and legacy. I'm going to be playing a couple of videos that most of most of the fans created on TikTok. So with those videos, we will make sure that we continue to speak about Mr. Boseman legacy and his character, his ability to connect with everybody, but also to show an example to all of us what is meant to be a dedicated person. So I'm going to go ahead and play the first short uh, video, and then we'll come back to comments. Anybody that want to jump in on the call, please feel free. We are going to be here from 8 to 9. So,
offering from a sage and a king is more than silver and gold. It is a seed of hope, a bud of faith. There is no Black Panther without Denzel Washington. And not just because of me, but my whole cast, that generation stands on your shoulders. The daily battles won, the 1,000 territories gained, the many sacrifices you made for the culture on film sets through your career, the things you refused to compromise along the way, laid the blueprints for us to follow. And so now, let he who has watered be watered. Let he who has given be given too. It is an honor to now know you, to learn from you.
well, that was Chadwick talking, giving a speech, and as you can see, the man was not about himself. It was about uh, elevating everybody else as well. Always remember where he came from, the shoulders that he stood on, in order to become the man he became. So that is part of the reason why this man is so important. He really taught us how to be humble, because nobody can be successful by himself. So this man, life have been a blessing for all of us. And as you can see, he didn't have to come on the stage when he's supposed to. He was supposed to enjoy all the accolades, but he always found a way. Well, always found a way to recognize somebody else, and that also is one of the quality that I think all of us need to really follow in terms of how you are humble, and you always have to recognize and remember where you come from, which is very important. I think there's another clip where the man is actually he was recognizing somebody else when he was supposed to be the one receiving an award. I think it was MTV. We'll also have that clip that we will play, um, where actually he knew he was, the kind of work he was doing as it's actually on the movies, in the movies. But it was time for him to recognize somebody in real life, and you can count on your fingertips how many people are able to actually, um, do this kind of stuff. Because all of us, the pride that we have, you usually see people trying to content themselves with success and all kind of stuff. That was not to jail. That was not the king. So the man was actually, the spirit that he had is something that everything that he was doing was actually a lesson. He was teaching us something every time he had a chance to be in the public eyes. Every time he was doing some work, it was a work of purpose. And I think that's probably part of the reason why this man had to be celebrated. I'm gonna play this quick clip here, and we will come back with some explanation. Well, yes, that's another example, another episode of this guy. Like I said before, um, receiving his award, could just enjoy it, make a good speech, but he recognized that there's some people who deserve it, and he took his award and gave to somebody else. And this is good for the kids to watch. It's very important for the kids to watch this kind of examples, because we live in a culture of give, take, like Tupac used to say. Greed, and the lack of empathy. So again, this men were capable of just stop for a minute and then think about somebody that should be valued, and didn't give a lot of importance on material stuff. So it was about giving us the best performance possible, but also using his platform to educate, to inspire people, to become better human being, to be the best they can be. So this is something that we have to continue to show the kids, so that they understand that it's not always about you. It's not always about you. You can be successful, you can be powerful, but the best quality in life is not always, to be in front of everything. You can associate all the people, you can recognize all the people, you can love all the people, and still be great. So these are the great lessons, and that's why I think that it was very important for me to put some of this information together, and to really study and understand what this man was about. Why is that the entire planet was celebrating this brother? What was so unique about him? So I believe, knowing him, the people that were around this man knew that once you were around him, you would never be the same person. So again, we are here today to celebrate his life and his legacy. Anybody can jump on this call with us, and have our first guest here that's going to join us with this conversation. The people that were there we go. Hi, how you doing, my brother?
I'm good, and you?
Good. Yes. Welcome to the show. It's so important for you to you as you are somebody that have been playing a major role in our community. You inspire young people, young people almost everywhere here in America, but also back to the motherland, to Africa. And I was thinking, folks like yourself are very important to watch somebody else that have this kind of heart, the heart that don't only think about yourself, but you have to think about your community. You have to make sure that your success is something that you got to share with other people. You don't become successful.
Now we know A and D say and. Let's try and put other
But
letters in.
just by yourself.
Yeah, so you don't become successful without understanding that your success is something that depend on other people, and on your way people help you. And once you get to the top, it's very important. When you get to the top, it's very important for you to recognize. And before you came, I was just playing.
Let's try and put other letters at the beginning.
Can it? It's like a live TV.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
absolutely. So before you came, I was just playing a clip where Mr. Boseman was actually talking about his mentor, Mr. Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is one of the person that helped this guy to achieve some of his achievement in education. For example, the guy was going to Howard University, and I think one semester he was supposed to go to England to Oxford University, but he didn't have the money to pursue that. I think this summer, one semester in Oxford. So Felicia Rashad, that happened to be one of his professor, asked money around, and one of the person that give money contribute to his education was Denzel Washington. So later on, he just found out that it was Denzel Washington that helped him out. Now, in this clip that I'm gonna play, you will see how this guy always mindful of this kind of stuff. So I'm gonna play this very quick, and then we will come back, and I will want to listen to your opinion, what you have to say about his character.
Offering from a sage and a king is more than silver and gold. It is a seed of hope, a bud of faith. There is no Black Panther without Denzel Washington. And not just because of me, but my whole cast, that generation stands on your shoulders. The daily battles won, the 1,000 territories gained, the many sacrifices you made for the culture on film sets through your career, the things you refused to compromise along the way, laid the blueprints for us to follow. And so now, let he who has watered be watered. Let he who has given be given too. It is an honor to now know you, to learn from you.
Amazing. I think that was an amazing clip. So I don't know what you think about that particular clip.
I just think this guy was so amazing, man. He was so amazing. And to be honest, I don't know how to describe this because it's very difficult to find someone like this, especially that day. Very difficult. And I really, really think and believe that he was a really, really a great hero, which is mean like even in the Black Panther, he was the superhero, but also he was the superhero in his own personal life too. Because even he was suffer, he didn't show the world what's going on in his home life.
Yeah.
He
I
was
mean,
just, you know, he was just like focus on what he need to do. And that's the great lesson he gave to people. Because see, what we do all the time is about we too focus on what's going on in our own life. We want a world to know what's going on. We expect like people gonna like us about what we have, but this guy, even when he was sick, he keep still around people who suffer and give them the support they need. Even he need that too.
it's amazing. It's amazing. The guy was incredible. Uh,
Yeah,
I think it's a lesson. It's life. The reason why we're doing this, Warren, is because it is so important for necessary for us, but also for a younger generation, the young people. We're living in a world where um, you see the greed, the lack of empathy in people. Uh, Everybody want everything for themselves. And also the fact that you only want your suffering, your problem to be,
result
some people just, it's about me kind of stuff.
everywhere. Yeah,
We live in a society where it's always about me. And then here, along with that, you see a young man that was so successful, but yet so humble, yet so
yeah,
humble. Denzel Washington was not necessarily somebody who finances is that film, but he still remember where he came from. He still remember that this man have to pay for my education for me to be who I am today.
yeah, yeah.
And can you imagine most of us, a lot of people, once they get to the top, they will never remember where they came from. They
Hell
don't even
no,
they don't even want to mention
no,
that somebody helped them along the way.
no.
And I think this is the reason why uh, this is the reason why this guy is incredible, and is we have to continue to actually to honor him, because by honoring him we are giving back. We are giving back everything that he gave to us. It looks like he have dedicated his whole entire life for the culture, for his people, for the law, for everybody. And it's a sad moment. It's a sad day that his life was shortened in a very 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 tragic way. So there was another clip that I played, and I will play that again, where the guy was invited to receive an MTV award, and for like a best hero, right? So he get on the stage, and instead of just promoting himself, instead of just talking about himself, the guy just find a way to acknowledge somebody else. And that I found this to be very impressive. So I'm gonna play that clip, and then we can come back and talk about it. Yeah.
See, yeah,
Tell me what you think, man. Tell me what you think. Can you
this is
imagine?
this
Like
is all it's about, man. This is all it's about, man. It's about just serving others, man. That's all it's about, man. We just waste our time to try to just think about ourselves all the time, all the
All
time,
the
all
time.
the time. This guy, oh my, you know, sometimes you don't you don't have to live too many years to impact this life.
Yeah.
You can see a lot of people they've been here for I don't know a lot of years, but they still have a crappy life.
Yes.
But this guy, all he needs just for impact the world was 33, 43 years.
Yeah.
That's it.
43. Yeah.
That's it, man.
43
And
years.
sometime when you blessing others aloud and enough, God will do the same for you double.
Yeah.
And he knew that, man. He knew the fact that if I appreciate others, if I encourage others, the the best thing for me is appreciate others, and then other will appreciate my work, and
Right.
then it will be much better for me to leave a legacy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. I agree. The I think it's a great lesson of the highest human spirit. It has that spirit that not only remind us of the human ability to be better human being. Our ability to do better, to serve others, and to make sure, when we leave this earth, and the reason why we came in this life in the first place
Yep.
is, in the end, it's not always about how much you get. I think it's about how much you give back, because
Absolutely.
and it doesn't matter how much you have in life. One day you will leave, and all of this will stay. They will stay behind you. You will never carry this stuff with you.
Yes.
You're just gonna leave one day, and everything will be left behind. And so, seriously, somebody would take time to listen to this guy, to follow his life, and you just understand that he was somebody really, really special. And now we are starting to understand why everywhere he was celebrated. Um, I remember when he gave that speech in on the Howard University campus
Mm-hmm.
to the graduation. Yeah, the class 2018. So he was telling them about his experience as an actor. So when he went to Howard, and when he finished school at Howard, he has his first job in New York.
Mm-hmm.
He has his first job, and can you imagine somebody was new. You just finished school and you got your first job. You were excited to play the role. So you have his first role, and then when he was able to read the script, it looks like, in that script it was written in a way that uh, the role that he was supposed to play was actually not good for it. Like stereotypical. That's a stereotypical role for a black person.
Yep.
Can you imagine you walk away from that? You imagine somebody, you're young, you need money, you just finished school, and you just got your good job. Most of us will just take the job and do it. Don't even think about, oh, you know what? This can compromise me and compromise my community. But the guy just walk away from the job, and thank God, he was called back, and the people that the writer have to change and the things on the role that he was playing. So you can tell the kind of person. You can tell the kind of the man, and this is like no, it's not now. This is way back. It was good. So I want to let you kind of say something about that. Especially this young generation today. Everybody wants something and they wanted it now. You want it now, and when you're in front of this, anything that you can benefit, you don't look right, you don't look left. You just go right and grab whatever you see in front of you without thinking about consequences.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I think especially that day right now when students graduate, they are too desperate.
Yeah,
That's why whatever they can find it, they will take it.
of course.
You
Yeah,
know, and by this experience, it just showed me like if you really want to impact others and really want to be different, you have to act different.
yeah,
And I do believe the way he react with those people who gave him the job, he made them thinking aloud
mm-hmm.
about what they did, and that's the really good lesson we have to give to people sometime. Even you really need a job so bad. Yes, you can looking for a job, but don't be desperate.
Yeah,
Because when you are desperate,
it will be
somebody going to take advantage on you.
absolutely.
We don't have to be desperate, because desperate when you are desperate, you don't think anymore. You don't make any difference between what is wrong or what is good. All you want is just get something real quick, and then sometimes you compromise your value, and just because you want some money, you compromise your value. Who are you going to impact again? Even if you have to stay poor for a little while and keep your value going to give you what you really need. And that's the big lesson this guy gave me again. He
Yeah,
was a great superhero, the hero black people need so bad.
mm,
And then he was the hero in the movie, and he was a hero in his own life too.
yeah,
And then also after that, he was not desperate. He was a great leader. And I think, to be honest with you, his legacy how to be teach in how system in its school. Because right now we don't have enough people we have to look up when it's come to about great example.
yeah,
And this guy, he was a great leader.
yeah. That's leadership. That's
Yeah.
absolute leadership, and you can see it didn't even stop there. You can see even the kind of role he was playing in the movies. Look like he select before he even become the king, T'Challa. Roles that he was playing was actually well selected. So let me play a quick another clip to show one of the our fan put together a clip. I'm gonna play it again and then we will be back.
Day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
So you were able to see a couple of roles that he plays, including James Brown, including Jackie Robinson. So you can tell that the guy was actually serious about what kind of role he wanted to play, and also his ability to give his heart and soul, and to make sure that whenever he was playing those role, was giving the best of his ability. And just like you were saying, even when the guy was sick, his performance was unshakable. I mean, just nobody could even imagine this guy was actually suffering. And we have, Tamika with us. Tamika, can you hear us? You have to, um, you have to unmute your microphone, um, so that you can be, you can talk, because you're still muted. So yeah, I mean, as far as the as far as the role that he was selected to play, you can tell that the guy was about bringing some change. He was about making a statement, because somebody like James Brown. I don't know if you are familiar with James Brown, but James Brown was somebody who inspired a lot of us, those are artists that and the most known artist that that was inspired by James Brown was Michael Jackson. So he was an icon, and Michael Jackson himself was for him. James Brown was a genius, was a genius. So he played that role, and also played another role, where he was actually portraying Jackie Robinson. Now, to be Jackie Robinson back in the day, where there was segregation, where there was a black person couldn't even play on the baseball team. This guy played that he had to leave the kind of experience that man was living back then. And you wonder, why is that this guy choose this kind of a movie to play? Because he is aware that the younger generation have to understand that life is not always been great in this country. So that's is another way for him to teach. I think he was he was a teacher, right? He was a teacher. He was he came to school to be a film, come to Howard to become a film director before he became an actor. So when you see that, do you think the guy has a plan? He has to plan. Do you think he has a plan? When you look the role that he was playing, do you think he was trying to make a statement in terms of teaching people about teaching people, even young people, about history? Because most young people will go and watch a movie before they even read a book.
Yes, yes. I think yes, he got a plan, and I just think like he left too soon because he really chose every character carefully to make sure like he going to give a lesson to people who going to watch the movie.
Yeah.
And also I think if Denzel Washington didn't play Malcolm X, maybe he could he could make it. But the
Yeah.
thing is, I think by this situation, he teach young people exactly what is about if we really want to impact others. It's like, let's say you really want to make a movie. It's not just about make a movie and make money. It's also is about give a message. It's also is about impact others. It's also about change life. Let some people believe that we also got a power to become whatever we want.
Hmm.
And that's exactly what he did. And again, this guy,
Yeah.
even my word is too little to really
Yeah.
explain.
I mean, nobody can find words, and especially not only was great, But the fact that the way that we lost him is unbelievable.
And also, my question is,
Yeah,
where he find the strength to keep going, even he was suffer.
yeah. That's the 1 million question everybody's asking.
You know.
Because if you have a like a flu, you see how people miss going to work
Yeah, man.
because they have some flu or they don't feel good. This guy have cancer, like
Yeah.
stage, but still come to work like nothing. Still give the best performance. Okay, so that is that really tells you about what if you're dedicated to whatever you want to do. If you want to be successful, you should never have excuses. That's
Yeah.
that's the lesson. Because if this guy was able to do what he did in those circumstances, I think we have to give him credit. We have to seriously respect him in the way that it has to be a part of our lives. Where you don't have to have all these excuses. So I don't feel good. My nose is running. I'm not going to work. And you think about this guy,
Yep.
how he was able to do it. Now, do you know that towards last days, towards last days, when it was like apparently looking really, really bad, like he lost weight, all kind of stuff, he was still making videos to kind of galvanize people, raise money for people victims of coronaviruses, virus. So
Hmm.
people victim of coronavirus, he was actually raising money and he raised like about 4 million,
Wow.
4 million. Why? And this is somebody who's actually he knew I'm not gonna make it. But what kind of person do kind of stuff like that? Like you already know, okay, this is it. I'm done. But there is a crisis in the nation. You're gonna go organize yourself, trying to raise money for families that were affected by this coronavirus. So I know news media already, everybody did his own, homage or remembering of this guy. But I think people just have to know that um, this brother, he belonged to everybody. He touches so many lives everywhere, not just here in America. The Black Panther. Can you imagine most of this stuff that you will see on the set were actually inspired by him, like going to Africa, making sure that he portrayed Africa, giving another dimension to Africa. They go over there and they study, and sometimes you listen to him on the film. It's his accent. You would think this is a real South African.
I thought that too, man. I thought that too, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah, so you would think this is and if you listen to Mandela, President Mandela,
Hmm.
and you listen to this guy talking, you would think, okay, this guy is probably were born in Africa.
Yeah.
That's how dedicated it was. Recently I just watched another movie from him. It was The Message from the King.
Hmm.
Completely sounds like it was about the African man come to the United States, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Completely amazing. Completely amazing. People like Eddie Murphy. They play African men before, but nobody ever mastered the accent like this guy did. So he's a perfect. Is he were able to just be in the character and reflect exactly what we were expecting from him. So culturally speaking, it was also some kind of ambassador for us. you know, ambassador for us to elevate the culture, and to tell us the possibility of an African nation, if ever we didn't have this colonization, what kind of Africa we could have, could have experienced. I think that's very, very, very important. Anything you want to add on that?
I mean, all I can just say is, he really, really put his work first in everything he did. He didn't just want to have a role and play and move on.
Yeah.
He really embraced the role and make sure like his role going to fit on him. And that was, even when you take example of in Black Panther, when the way he speak, to be honest with you, I thought he was a South African. And also in my YouTube channel, I'm going to fix it. I said, like, I really thought he was a South African man. And I say, like, yeah, probably he was from South Africa. I said, whoa, but now you just, and that's
how good this guy was.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It was amazing. And that's young man, it was amazing. And not only that, but the way, just like what it show us that it was not. And one of the best clip that I like is the one that recognized Denzel Washington. You can see the emotion on Denzel's faces. I'm gonna play that again and then play another one, and we're gonna continue this conversation. Just one.
Offering from a sage and a king is more than silver and gold. It is a seed of hope, a bud of faith. There is no Black Panther without Denzel Washington. And not just because of me, but my whole cast, that generation stands on your shoulders. The daily battles won, the 1,000 territories gained, the many sacrifices you made for the culture on film sets through your career, the things you refused to compromise along the way, laid the blueprints for us to follow. And so now, let he who has watered be watered. Let he who has given be given too. It is an honor to now know you, to learn from you.
Yeah. So there's a reason why I play this clip so many times.
Community.
Honestly.
Community.
Yeah.
Community is the keys, man.
Yeah. And also his ability to tell us anyhow how we can be example for those who come behind us.
Yeah.
If you lay the blueprint, so can you imagine if Denzel never make good decision, what kind of impact will it have on him?
Yeah.
So the whole time, everything we do, we have younger one, little one that are watching. So you have to do the right thing because you never know. And I'm sure Denzel never knew that. You see his face is blown away.
Yeah.
He's surprised, he's happy, he's emotional. For a kid like this to say, if that was not for you, I would never be me. So Denzel Washington is another icon and another actor that was very careful with role he was actually chosen. He knew that he will be disfavor to himself, to his community, the African American community, the Black community, that if you play roles that actually denigrate him or reinforce the stereotype. So, again, this is another way for us to really look and reflect on the life of this guy and to understand that it's not always about opportunity. You have to look into the opportunity to see that if this is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Opportunity is good, but it has to be something that has some. Yeah, it has to be something can relate to your own morality and
Yeah.
ethics. Don't just do something for the sake of doing. You know, and I don't know if you have a chance to listen to the Howard University speech where he's saying, listen, even the purpose is more important than the job or the career. Now that is powerful. That is powerful. It's like, you know what? Yeah, having a job is good. You're gonna have people gonna pay you money, but if you have to compromise your own morality, I think is a bad thing. So, but the guy was not always just a serious guy. He was also a funny guy. He was also a funny guy, and I'm gonna play another clip where it shows another side of him, where he's actually, you know, were able to make us laugh. Yeah.
Okay, let's try it. Your friend Karen brings her potato salad to your cookout. Uh-oh, T'Challa.
I think I'm getting the hang of this. Before I answer, a few questions. This woman, Karen, she is Caucasian, eh?
Yes.
And she has her own recipe for potato salad, eh?
Yeah.
Ah, I understand. It is noble that she would volunteer to cook for everyone. And although I have never had potato salad,
Of course.
I sense that this white woman does not season her food.
That's right.
And if she does, it is only with a tiny bit of salt.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
And no paprika.
No paprika, no.
And she will probably add something unnecessary like raisins.
I know, right?
So something tells me that I should say,
Say it.
oh, hell nah, Karen. Keep your brand-ass potato salad to yourself.
There you go. You see that? Yeah, that's amazing, right? On Saturday Night Live, he was not just serious. He was able to make people laugh. He was a human being with good morality. He was a wonderful human being, and that's what I think is very important for us to continue to celebrate this guy. We have to show this stuff to younger kids so that they understand that, you know, life is not always about you. I don't know, based on that clip that you just saw, what I don't know if you ever seen that before.
No.
What does that tell you about him?
I mean, you know, like you just say, it's like he got different side. This man. He can be funny. He can be serious. He can be a mentor. He can be a motivator. He got everything for him, man. He got everything for him. And before he show up to this world, he was just ready, man. He was ready.
Yeah.
That's why, by his testimony, that makes just understand the fact that it's so important to work on your value.
Yeah.
Because your value going to be your testimony when you left.
Absolutely.
He got everything for him, man.
Yeah.
Everything. And I think, again, like I say, we need to really keep his legacy, keep going, man, around our children, and make sure like his spirit's still gonna be around.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
all it's about, man. He was amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's
It was
sad.
amazing.
That's so sad.
Absolutely. So we're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're gonna jump just a little bit gears there. We're gonna go to you know, it's a little bit, you know, I don't know. You have a question?
No. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a quick break, a commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll try to make some connection with the world that we're living now. You know, the politics and everything, how people in 2020 would still mean to each other. You know, it's still hard for the country to come together. So we really need a lot of a lot of people like him, Chadwick Boseman, right here to bring us together with good values.
Mm-hmm.
Take a quick break, and then we'll come back. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the country right now.
Okay.
Financial stress is hard on everyone. Your family, your children, your entire life can be affected. With constant harassing calls from creditors serving as a constant reminder of your financial crisis, it may be time to take action. Let our bankruptcy attorneys guide you every step of the way in getting your life back on track and getting rid of those harassing creditors. Contact one of our friendly staff now to set up a free, no obligation consultation to help find out if bankruptcy is the right choice for you and your family. We've helped dozens of clients complete the bankruptcy process, and our experienced team can answer any questions you may have along the way. So don't wait. Contact us now. You'll be glad you did.
I will always love you how I do. I let go of a prayer for you.
Yeah, welcome back to the show. This is your host, Malik Lenzonzo. We're here with Warren. Warren is the mastermind behind the mental warrior, mental warrior. And
Yes.
thank you, my brother, for the work that you're doing in the community. I think you are inspirational to our young people across the country, but also abroad. Watching this kind of role models, I think should increase your ability to continue to inspire younger people yourself. So we definitely going toward the end of this show. Before we take a break, took a break. I was talking about the country we're living today. There's a reason why people like Chadwick Boseman was so important, because the country is kind of divided right now. The values and people angry against each other. And that is because we don't see that this is the world that need all of us. What we need is brotherhood. The ability to have empathy for all the rest of people that live in the same country, your countrymen. I don't know if I have something to say, but I wanted to play a Martin Luther King video that we have from last March. And then when we come back, we can talk about, a little bit of this, a little bit of politics. I know you're not really into politics. You're a businessman, but I just want to know what you think about all of this. So let me play this quick clip, the time that you think about that question about what can we do as a country, in the light of young people like, what is his name again? Boseman. In the light of this kind of fellow, what can we do to bring this country together so we understand that it's one country, one people, and if we can be more giving than taking, I think we'll be a better place. So let's play this quickly and then come back and talk about it.
Before the victory's won, some would be misunderstood and called bad names and dismissed as rabble-rousers and agitators. But we shall overcome. We shall overcome because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice.
There we go. The arc of the universe is long, but it's always bent into justice. So I don't know what is your thinking right now as a resident or citizen of this country. I want to know what do you think the country need right now to really go beyond all this social crisis, police brutality, and all kind of stuff. What do we need to be a better place, a better country?
I mean, I think what we need right now is a president who can really understand the people need. You know, is somebody's gonna really there can be there for the people. Because I think it's kind of hard right now. We just feel like sometimes the people who has the power misunderstood sometimes the people need, and maybe because they are too busy, I don't know, but they should take a moment to really understand what's going on and where they can help people, because sometimes it's about when people need help. Let's say somebody need help and you just came and say, okay, let me help you. You're going to just do whatever you can to help this person. But if you really pay attention and say, okay, how can I help you, the way that you're going to react going to be different.
Right.
And right now I feel like maybe they just have to try it and do something different to try to help those people and make sure like things will be different and things will be okay.
Yeah, but as far as the like the country right now is talking about police brutality. You have on one hand Black Lives Matters. I think you personally was at one point were involved in that kind of movement because if you're black, you're black, you're black. So
Oh
your life can be taken at any time. It only takes one mistakes, and you don't. One mistake, you don't. You're gone. You can be killed just by being scared. You're scared. You want to run. You get killed. You in the car, you want to get your stuff in the glove compartment, you can get killed for that. You just want to get away, you get killed. So it's a real issue. We can't pretend that this stuff doesn't affect us. You're scared when you have an encounter with a police officer. You're scared. Something at any time this can turn to a tragic situation.
of course, right now we don't scare anymore about how the people. I mean, we don't scare anymore if I have the good people work or not.
Yeah.
We just care about how this situation going to end up.
Yeah. That's
You know,
that's all you have in your mind. How this gonna end up.
that's why when I get pulled over, I just have three questions. I mean, it's not about trick question, but this is the way I react all the time. It's about yes, sir, no, sir, yes, sir, no, sir. Are we done, sir? That's
Yeah.
it, man.
Yeah.
That's
So, but
that's it.
the but you would think that the police officer understand the kind of fear our community has. You would think that they will make it easier. But yes, you can say yes sir, no sir, but within that um, interaction, somebody come to you, for example, the police officer cannot search your car without a warrant, but he's gonna come and ask you a question like, "Do you have something in your car?" So what?
I've been there, man. I've been there. Yeah, yeah. Somebody
What make
asked
it?
me. I mean,
What?
somebody's officer asked me like, "Do you have any gun in your car?" Yeah,
Really?
yeah. That was like, oh my god, really? No, 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 no. It was like, I mean, at that time, I got an old car. I got an old car, you know, and
But
I feel like
somebody, do you think somebody should mistreat you or
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't
because
know.
of the car?
I mean, my car look like maybe a drug dealer. I don't know, man. But it was a really hard situation, and I do remember also I was visit one of my friends in a nice neighborhood, you know, and just because the way my car was look like, one of her neighbor called the police, man. They say, what? They say something like, "Hey, they have somebody who's trained. We got a strange car here." And then the police officer came. Man, the guy was so, how I can I say that? He was so embarrassed to ask me to leave, man. I
Wow.
think I think the guy was nice. The police officer was really nice, you know. But I feel like he was so embarrassed to ask me to leave because when he came to me, he was really nice, man. Like we have a good conversation, and then he just say, "Man, somebody just called us and say like you gotta move your car." He was so embarrassed, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, and sometimes it's not even the police officer.
Yeah, man.
We put them in a situation where because they have to do what they have to do as well.
Yeah.
So if you are a citizen, why are you gonna cause a police officer on somebody who's actually not causing any trouble? You just have a old car, but it doesn't mean that you're a criminal because you have.
Yeah, man.
And sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes you be driving a very nice car, and you get pulled over. I have a
Yeah.
situation like that myself. I get pulled over, and the car, they're like, okay,
Yeah, I mean,
you
we're living in a
something wrong.
society where
Yeah,
everything is a physical, man. You know, everything is physical. It's like they judge you by the way you look. You know, where they don't judge us by if you are a good man or not. By now, if you look ugly, even you got a good heart, and you're already done, man. Because the way you just look, man, the way you just look. And I think it's not just about this country, it's human in general, you know. We need just to change the way we operate with us people sometime.
absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. Our brother just jumping into the conversation. Although we're going toward the end of it, we want to thank you for coming. I know you're a busy person. You also run your own I think your own show. Why don't you just come and introduce yourself and we can go from there.
Well, good evening, gentlemen. My name is Jimmy, and I use the name The African Chronicles.
Yeah,
I have a small YouTube channel, most of the time in French videos, but working on produce English-speaking videos.
okay,
I'm a Pan-African, so I believe in the unity of Black people all around the world and the Black emancipation, so to speak.
oh, okay. Thank you, Jeremy, for joining us. We don't have enough time, but we want to thank you for coming. We've have a very very good conversation with Warren, and it was actually about this young man that just passed away. Mr. Boseman. His legacy, and we spoke about him as a person, his ability to go to transcend his own person,
Hmm.
and to just to show the world that it's not always about you. It's not always about taking me, 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 me. And we play a video where he was receiving MTV, prize for he was recognized for being the hero, because he made a lot of money with his Black Panther movie. But guess what? He stood over there and they just called on somebody else that he thought that was the real hero, like a real life hero. and give that prize to somebody else. And the first video we played was about him on the stage recognizing Denzel Washington that helped him along the way with tuition to pay for his education. And so the guy was so amazing, never forget where he came from, always recognize other, and having just a good heart. And on top of that, we just the fact that he gave us almost everything he has. Even when he was sick, extremely sick, he would come and give the best performance. He would come and give us what people were expecting for us. And when we try now to compare between the people, the way we became today in this capitalism society, where you see the greed, you see people are nasty to each other. People call names. I mean, you're female or male. It's like crazy. People mean in general. So in the light of all of this, we're just trying to make sense. I mean, I don't know if your own experience when this guy passed away, knowing the man that what was your impression? What kind of a feeling you have when you heard that Mr. Boseman just passed away, Chadwick Boseman?
First, when I heard about it, I refused to believe it. I thought that was a stupid joke. I really thought that was a stupid joke because of that was so sudden, and I definitely refused to believe it. So I had to do some research to be sure that was not a stupid prank, because we know people love to do those things. So, and when I checked, double checked, triple checked, and I realized it really passed, well, I must admit that I broke down and cried. And let me explain you why.
Yeah.
When I was a child, I used to play the superhero like a lot of children on Earth, because I love those men and women with extraordinary powers, can do a lot of stuff, their stories and all that. So you try to identify yourself with these people. But the process of identification could not be really complete, because I realized they were all white. Until the day one of my cousins, older than me, brought me this comic book, The Black Panther. And my life changed forever. That was the first time I saw a black superhero. Not only was black, it was African, it was a king, the richest man on earth ever. I said, wow, I could totally identify myself. And then when I was still a child, I said to myself, well, damn, I wish one day they will bring this man on the theater. I was a child, I was dreaming about it, and the dream kept on until the day they brought up Black Panther to theater. I was like a child. I went to see the movie. I loved it. It was good to be black again. It was cool to be black. You for one moment, for the 2 hours and a half with this movie, I felt like I was top of the world. And that's why it hurt me so much, because this man portrayed my truly favorite superhero. So I feel, I could not believe it. I really could not believe it. I said, no, you're taking away my favorite superhero. He helped me to feel better about myself. I could identify myself to somebody who's positive, a positive image of the black man, a positive image of Africa, a positive image of what I am, of my culture. And he's not here anymore. Oh man, I just broke down and cried like a little child. I couldn't help. Yeah.
Amazing. Speaking about positive, let me just play this clip that I play with Warren, and we can come back and then maybe you can say some more about this man as a man. That clip was short, but you can tell how the dimension, the moral dimension of this man. I mean, this guy, James Shaw Jr., didn't even know it's going to be calling on him. But it did, and then end up giving his award to his brother that he thought was actually the true hero. Who does that kind of stuff? So the guy was just it's an amazing guy. So I understand when you say that was really, really very emotional. Who didn't cry? If you maybe because you didn't know it. If you have known this guy, seriously have an impact. I want you to elaborate on that on the video, what you saw and the character of this guy. Why are we spending so much time to talk about it?
Well, you know, like you just said, when you reach a certain level of fame, of prosperity, happiness, I guess Chadwick has had everything he could dream about. So why not thinking about other people who are doing hard labor, who are doing whatever they can to sustain a decent living, to raise their children, to have high values, to have morals, high standards? Why not salute these people that nobody talks about? And that's the beauty of the thing. It shows that this man was humble because he could show off. He could say, "Hey, you know what? I got a prize. I'm the Black Panther. What you say? What you gonna do about it?" No, 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 no. He was truly happy, but nevertheless, he did not forget about the other people, the one who struggles, the one who do their best, the one nobody talks about. That's, to me, in my opinion, is being really humble, and this must be saluted.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, he was a true king. He was a true king. Well, listen, Jeremy, as you already know, we've been here almost an hour. I don't want to take you and me. We were already on another show. We weren't, so I'm gonna just let you go. But I thank you for showing up to give your opinion on these guys. I think he deserve it. He deserve to be celebrated, and all we have to do is just give him back, give his memory back. Uh,
Sure.
his memory back. He gave us everything: his heart, his love, and his work, his ethics, his example. So I think it was very important for us to just to do this little special and to.
Exactly. I agree.
I'm gonna let you say some to conclude, and in that way we can go about our business.
Well, I guess I understand the sadness because we lost obviously a good guy, but we need to keep his work, his legacy in our heart, in our memories, because it's done so well. So let's continue, carry on the work, carry on the values, transmit these to the youngest generation. Let's not forget about him. Let's remember this man. And I think somehow it will still continue to live on in our minds, in our hearts, and that counts. We need to think about this man, not forget about him, and carry on his work.
Absolutely, well said. Again, Jimmy, thank you so much, my brother.
My pleasure, man. Thank you for having me and see you around.
Absolutely.
All
Look
right.
forward to speak with you again.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay, so that's this conclude our show for today. Look forward to for tomorrow. We have a new guest that will join us tomorrow to talk about the politics, speak about politics, and in the way we mobilize and organize, in order to have a victory, on the coming of November. So with that, I thank you guys for your time. See you tomorrow.